All right, now we're going to graph number 2. I've kept my solutions in, but I cleaned up the work. Um, this is going to, I have terrible handwriting. You know how it works. I'm going to show you the Desmos solution first. I have this typed into Desmos, color-coded blue and green. Now, remember, do you see this dashed line here? That is super important. We learned this before. When there's no line underneath there, this just says greater than. It doesn't have the equal sign underneath it. This is greater than equals. That's a solid line for the blue. So whenever you actually solve these, you can see how Desmos shades here. See the lighter color here? See the lighter color here? The darker color here? The darker color is where the solution lies. So we need to recreate that, but we got to recreate that by hand. Again, you could use Desmos to check your answers. I've got to see the work. So here it goes. I'm going to go ahead and start this. I'm going to start by looking at this. On number 3, I have to rearrange the equations, which I do in video 4. Video 4, I rearrange the equations, and it's like you end up with this thing. You need the y equals mx plus b type stuff. But guess what? Over what we have over here, we already have this rearranged for us. So we can just automatically start going to town on this. So what I need to do is I'm going to color code and I'm going to get my points up there. My x-intercept is -2, 0 for my blue, -2, 0, work. My y-intercept is 0, -2, awesome job. Now I'm going to switch to green and I'm going to plot my x-intercept for there, which is -2, 0. Okay, check it out. Turns out that is our intercept, and our solution. We have the points that are in the same 3 spots. That can happen, but it can also be different. The solution can be its own thing, whatever. So just follow the math and then plot the points as you need them. My y-intercept is 0, 6. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here it is. Now I'm going to go ahead and mark my solution as well in red. It's right here. It's right here. I know it's weird. And then I'm going to push pause and try to get my lines there. I'm going to do a quick sketch so I can show you. Your blue line is going to basically be like this, right? That actually wasn't terrible. Wow. You know what? I'm going to keep it. That is amazing. That never happens for me. And then my green line is basically connecting these 2 dots. You can see the green underneath it. Remember, the green has the -2, 0. So let's see if I get lucky again on this one. And she did not. Let's try it one more time before I push pause and try to get this right. Oh, wow. I'm kind of amazed at myself there. Where's my 3.5 and 4.0? All right. With that said, now we're going to look at this. Remember, oh, I did something wrong. What did I do wrong? It should be dashed. The green should be dashed. So I'm going to go ahead and use my eraser for that. I'm going to go ahead and use my eraser for that. And I'm going to just make this look dashed. Look at me go. Aren't I just amazing? So if you make a mistake on your paper, do what I did and just erase it. That's why we're supposed to use pencils in math. With that said, I'm going to go ahead and switch to blue. Remember the rules. If the gator mouth is eating the y, you shade above the line. If the gator mouth is eating the equation, you shade below the line. On my blue, it's eating above, so we're going to go ahead and do our little marks to let us know we're shading, blah, blah, blah. We're going to be shading this way. We're going to be shading this way. Now I'm going to go to my green. We shade, it's eating the y, so we're going to shade above the line. This is kind of hard to tell what we mean by above the line, but it's basically where the y's are going positive. So in this case, it's going to be, you see how the y's are going up this way? We're going to be shading like this. So it's like above the line. It's kind of hard to see. Some brains see it easily, some don't. Just work on it. It's not the end of the world. So we're shining above. It's basically where the y values are getting bigger. So you can see how if I went to the above this line, the y values are bigger. Now I have to look. Is there double shading happening here? Nope, because the shading's going up on the blue line. Is there double shading happening over here? Nope. Look at the only area we have with shading happening. If I were to keep going with my blue lines over here, and I was to keep going with my green lines over here, you would basically see that the shading interacts with each other. So we want the shading and we want it in between here. This is our full answer. It gets shaded between these lines. It does not have to be beautiful. Desmos makes things beautiful for us, but it does have to make sense. So this entire thing is our answer. That's how you do this one. Number 3 is harder because you have to rearrange the equation and whatnot, but that's basically it. That's where we're at. Good luck.